We asked a question to Bard, AI platform of Google. How research on production agriculture was misdirected to focus and kept focused on tillage-based production system initiated by the Homo sapiens some 10,000 years ago? Answer is interesting, which is reproduced here for common interest.
There are a number of factors that contributed to the misdirection of research on production agriculture to focus on tillage-based production systems. One factor is the early success of tillage-based agriculture. Tillage breaks up the soil, which makes it easier to plant seeds and control weeds. This led to significant increases in crop yields in the early days of agriculture. Another factor is the inertia of the existing system. Once tillage-based agriculture became established, it was difficult to change. Farmers had invested in tillage equipment and learned how to manage their fields using tillage-based practices. It was also difficult to convince researchers to invest in new research directions, especially when tillage-based agriculture was working well. A third factor is the influence of the agricultural industry. The agricultural industry has a vested interest in promoting tillage-based agriculture, as it sells tillage equipment and other inputs that are needed for this type of farming. The industry has also lobbied governments to support tillage-based agriculture through subsidies and other policies. Finally, there is a lack of awareness of the negative impacts of tillage. For many years, farmers and researchers were not aware of the full extent of the damage that tillage does to soil health. As a result, they were less likely to question the use of tillage and to explore alternative production systems. In recent years, there has been a growing awareness of the negative impacts of tillage and a renewed interest in alternative production systems. However, it will take time and effort to change the direction of research on production agriculture. Here are some specific examples of how research on production agriculture was misdirected to focus on tillage-based production systems. Funding for research on tillage-based agriculture was prioritized over funding for research on alternative production systems. Governments subsidized tillage-based agriculture practices, such as the use of fertilizers and pesticides. Agricultural universities and colleges focused their teaching and research on tillage-based agriculture. The agricultural industry promoted tillage-based agriculture practices and equipment to farmers. Farmers were reluctant to adopt alternative production systems, as they were unsure of the risks and benefits. As a result of these factors, research on production agriculture became increasingly focused on tillage-based production systems. This led to a number of negative consequences, including soil degradation. Tillage breaks down soil structure and organic matter, which can lead to soil erosion, compaction, and nutrient loss. Water pollution. Tillage can also lead to water pollution, as runoff from tilled fields can carry fertilizers, pesticides, and sediment into streams and rivers. Air pollution. Tillage can also release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, contributing to climate change. Biodiversity loss. Tillage can destroy habitats for insects, birds, and other wildlife, leading to biodiversity loss. In recent years, there has been a growing movement towards more sustainable agricultural practices, including conservation tillage and no-till farming. These practices help to protect soil health, water quality, and air quality. However, more research is needed to develop and refine these practices, and to make them more accessible to farmers around the world.